What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we got to talk about something potentially very, very exciting. It seems like a Bioshock announcement is coming very soon. Now, this comes from a pretty credible source. However, they like to keep us guessing. I mean, in all reality, they themselves do not know, right? So this comes from npfirst.com report. 2K is preparing an announcement for the Bioshock franchise. Now, allow me, if you will, to summarize the article in just a few short words. So they say that there's an announcement coming. They say that it's going to happen before the end of summer. So now you start to look, and you look at Summer Game Fest, you look at Xbox, PlayStation, Gamescom, which is in August, right? Start to look at like the major dates that this thing could potentially, if it wants to hook up with something. So it's going to happen before the end of the summer. Now, what they say, though, is they don't know what it is. It could either be Bioshock 4, it could be a movie announcement, or it could be a remake, remaster of Bioshock 1. Now, they kind of almost double down on that last one because they say no matter what it is, the announcement is tied specifically to Rapture. Rapture plays a big part in the announcement that's going to happen. So the issue here is, again, that doesn't really solve anything. Rapture is, of course, very essential to Bioshock 1. So remaster, remake that. Rapture is also probably going to be, in fact, I don't know if it's confirmed, but I would imagine it's highly speculated, the location of the Bioshock movie, okay? And the movie, by the way, just like a week or two ago, I think the director had provided a quote that said, like, we're on the right track, like whatever the script might be or whatever, they're moving forward, because I think that movie was stuck. I think it was a TV show first, and then it became a movie. So that Netflix entity has suffered some problems, but now seems to be on the right track. So interesting timing, right? And it's why it makes me scared, because I want Bioshock 4, because it's been 6 years. So please, can we get any announcement for that? I want that. But we just heard about the movie, and now this ties to Rapture, and it's probably going to be in the movie. So I'm leaning more movie. And then, as speculated in this article, it's not assumed, but it is possible that they go back to Rapture for Bioshock 4. That was never the initial plan, at least that we know through leaks and all that stuff, but it seems like it could happen that they go back to Rapture. So, like, really, that doesn't narrow it down. It makes it exciting, I guess, to a degree, because you can kind of guess. But, you know, like the movie, I don't have a lot of faith in. I don't really know why we need to do that. Let me say, though, okay, because I've never, like, when I've thought about remastering and remaking, you know, I've talked about, like, Prototype before. That's one of my go-tos. I talk about game preservation, so I talk about bringing back games from, like, the 360 PS3 era, but I've never really put a lot of thought in literally remaking, because technically, I mean, it hasn't Bioshock. It was part of the collection. I think it had a remaster of sorts, right? But I've never really thought of that first Bioshock game as a candidate. But it has been long enough. I think 2007. Like, it's been almost 20 years. You really could remake it. Now, for the love of God, Ken Levine's not there, right? So you gotta please just follow the blueprint. You have it. You don't really need to change stuff. Just up it, all that jazz. I know many people would say that would be more of a remaster, but if you're like, depending on how good it looks, you can consider it a remake and call it good. I don't know. I've never thought about it as a remake potential, but I do actually think a Bioshock 1 remake would do quite well and would be totally acceptable, I think, by a lot of people. By the way, if you did that and then you made Bioshock 4, which you are, and it releases shortly after, that would be a good way of kind of drumming, right? Remind people of what was so great about the first one again, and then release the new one. I feel like that actually would work. So keep your eyes peeled, but at the same time, I would say put your expectations, you know, in line or in check, or keep them in check, because, yeah, I mean, the movie is such like a default easy one where I will be highly disappointed if it's that. At least to me, like gut feeling, that feels like the most likely. Really, if I were to give an order, I would say Bioshock movie, and then Bioshock remake, and then Bioshock 4. I'm going to put 4. 4 is just so low on the like expecting scale for me. Like, will I ever expect anything from 4? Not really. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. You let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.